Now joined by Paul Daley.
Paul, what a way to go out, trademark fashion. Just talk to me about what that moment was like, and it was a tough first round, wasn't it? You showed all the frustration that had built up after that first round.
That's right.
What was that like?
Well, it was tough. We knew it was going to be tough. I knew his punches weren't going to have much sting on him. That probably gave me a bit of confidence after the first round. But his ground game was stronger than we anticipated. But you know, my corner, if you couldn't hear him on the mics around the cage, were very clear in defending his offense. So, sorry, I felt pretty relaxed there. So, yeah.
And in terms of what that entrance was like, you said during the week it was going to be emotional for you. Just how emotional was that? We saw at the end how much it meant to you. What was that entrance like in comparison to any other entrance you've had in your career?
I would say it was different, but you lot, you know, where it's underreported or what, I always get an amazing reception here in Wembley. What a lot of you don't know is I've been fighting here in Wembley Arena for about 17 years, this very arena with Cage Rage, the UK promotion, I was on Sky Sports. So I have a very strong fan base in the local area. So I expected and I got what I deserved in terms of reception.
How tough is it for yourself to walk away from the sport after going out with a trademark win like that? You're known for your knockout power. It couldn't have gone any better for you tonight.
It's easy because I've been preparing for it as such. If there was something interesting on the horizon, then maybe I could get rid of this cough. Then maybe there'd be something that we could talk about. But there's nothing there for me, you know. I've just knocked out this guy. Done it countless times before, and yeah, man, just gonna kick back on the beach somewhere and sip Mai Tais.
You're one of the most beloved fighters this country has seen. Just in terms of how much love you felt since you announced that this was going to be a retirement fight, and how much love you felt from the fans all the way through your career with the ups and downs. What has it meant to you?
I'm gonna have to cut this short. My voice is fucked. I don't know what it's from. But yeah, the loyalty has always been undeniable for me. Like I said, in the post-fight, I've been at the very high of the sport, and I've been all the way at the bottom. And the fans have never left me, so.
If you had to select an all-time favourite moment from your career that you would say you're the proudest of, just upon reflection now, what would you select?
It could possibly be this very night right here, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was quite special.
Massive congratulations.
Give me halls or some shit. Fucking mints or something.
You always get sacrificed, don't you? Remember after that?
It's called cardiac bronchitis or something.
Well, it was like a really tricky one in this first 2 rounds. I mean, you had to spend a lot of time on your back. What was going through your mind at the time, really just before you managed to explode out and get the finish? What was going through your mind? You knew, obviously, retirement fight, things weren't going well on the ground. Talk us through the thought process.
They weren't going my way, but they wasn't going his way because he wanted to choke me out, didn't he? He wanted to get the submission in. And he didn't. My corner was very clear. I was comfortable. I could hear him breathing heavily, just as heavy as I was, so I knew we were both getting tired. But I knew after the first round I was standing, he was sat down, getting his arm shook out, so I knew I had the beating of him kind of at that point in time. He got the second takedown, and as he began to tire, I just knew that when I get out, I'm just going to smash your face in, so that was it.
What a fantastic way to go out. A Paul Daley way to go out, should we say. We spoke on Wednesday evening, we talked about the Mark Weir TKO win at Cage Rage, and then we end it here at Wembley Arena, coincidentally the same again. Was this the perfect way to go out on a Paul Daley way?
It was definitely special. Yeah, it was special.
Was that your mum in the cage at the end there?
Yeah, that was my mum and the missus.
How
give me some airtime.
How nice was it to kind of share that moment with your mum as well?
I always envisioned it when I retired, you know, because I'm quite a personal person. I keep my family separate from business as such. But I knew she would love to be on BBC, so I took her up.
Do you see yourself being still in MMA in some kind of capacity?
Not really. I've got a gym in Nottingham. I teach kickboxing. Don't really teach MMA classes. I've got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu there. I always said that was the fault of many great athletes. They try and hang around the sport for too long, whether it be commentary or showing up at events, and that sort of gives you the urge to want to get back in there. So, like I said, Mai Tais and beaches.
Paul, legend's a word that gets thrown a lot around these days, but however, I think everyone in this room can agree that it definitely suits you very well down to the ground.
Thank you very much.
You've been around this sport for a long time. In the East Midlands, you're a legend. You go into any kickboxing gym in the East Midlands, not Derby, Nottingham, Leicester, wherever. Kids want to say they look up to you. I'm sure a lot of these guys have been following your career since they were probably in primary school. What's it like knowing that you've had that impact on the sport in this country?
It's quite special because I'm quite young in the mind, you know. So I was at the gym the other day, and one of my students was like, "Oh, coach, why are you retiring?" I said, "I've been doing it for 20 years." I said, "How old are you?" She said, 21, and that just hit her then. She's like, "Wow, you know, you've really been at this for a long time." So yeah, it's quite special to have that recognition, but I don't shout out for it a lot. I just do what I love, or I've done what I loved, and just been good at it.
Yeah, Paul, Kieran, my question to you, you talk about Nottingham. Nottingham's a great city and it's got great new talent. What advice would you give to young people that do follow you? I know the same question that he also asked. But what advice would you give to young people that want to follow your footsteps?
I've got loads of advice, but I always say the simplest is just to be yourself. And if you believe in yourself and you're true to yourself, I know it's a bit corny, but regardless of what anybody else is saying or doing around you, then you're going to do pretty well.
Paul, that was knockout number 35 of your career, in your MMA career at least. Where do you feel that ranks in terms of your favourite knockouts?
I have to see it back again. I know I was just hitting him a lot of times and I broke my hand or some shit. So I did say that the way he had a big head, so I knew it was going to be difficult to get him out of there. But I hit him a lot of times. I think the finish was pretty good. The way he fell, I felt was quite one of the more dramatic finishes that I had. So I have to look back at it, but. Yeah, I have to watch it again, but I'm sure it was up there, one of the best of them.
Paul, just one more from me. Obviously, retirement's one of these things where in MMA we see a lot of guys come back. They come back to the sport either in a commentary profession or they come back. We're seeing guys like Jim Moorhead. He's come back. He's just signed with Cage Warriors. He's got a fight agreed. Dan Hardy. He's going back to boxing. I mean, is there any chance that we might, if the right offer was on the table, say, I don't know, rematch MVP, Nottingham. Bellator came to you that offer on the table.
For the belt for 7 figures, then yeah, but obviously I would do that. And that's something I thought they might try and throw a swerve ball in, but like I say, it has to be ridiculous money at a ridiculous venue. I don't know how long the real champ's going to be out for, but that's one of the possible fights that I'd be interested in. But like I say, the money has to be ridiculous, and the build-up has to be done properly and not done in New York when we're both from London or England. So yeah.